everyone, and welcome to Crochet College. My name is Mia, and today we are going to be creating an awesome stuffed crocheted octopus. So some of the supplies that you'll need to make this project, I will leave the links for in the description box down below, as well as links to the pattern so you could follow along with the written version. I have a free version on my blog, or I have an ad-free version that you can purchase and print. With that, gather all of your supplies and let's create this amazing project. To make this pattern today, I'm going to be using the following supplies. I have this awesome light blue, this navy blue, and this gray in a worsted weight yarn. Obviously, any colors you choose will look good. These are just the colors that I am using today. To crochet, I will be using a 5mm crochet hook. I also have a yarn needle and a scissor handy. I begin round 1 with a magic circle, and then I work 6 single crochets into the magic circle. From here, I can slip stitch to join and chain 1. I'm then going to work 2 single crochets into each stitch all the way around, totaling in 12 single crochets. At the end of this round and every other round following, I will put my hook into the first stitch and slip stitch to join. Next, I will continue for round 3. For round 3, I will chain 1 and I will work 2 single crochet into the first stitch, then I will work 1 single crochet into the next stitch. I will continue this pattern of 2 single crochet, 1 single crochet, all the way around, totaling in 18 stitches. At the end of row 3, I slip stitch to join, I'll chain 1, and now I'm going to begin row 4. For row 4, I will work 2 single crochets into the first stitch, and then from here, I will work 1 single crochet into the next 2 stitches. I will continue this pattern around until I reach my total of 24 stitches. For round 5, I will chain 1, work 2 single crochets into the first stitch, and then I will work 1 single crochet into the following 3 stitches. I will continue this pattern around until I reach 30 stitches. I'm beginning round 6 by chaining 1 and then working 2 single crochets into the first stitch. From here, I will then work 1 single crochet into the following next 4 stitches. I'll continue this pattern around until I reach 36 stitches. For round 7, I am chaining 1 and working 2 single crochets into the first stitch. From here, I will then work 1 single crochet into the next 5 stitches. I'll continue this pattern all the way around of 2 single crochets into 1 stitch, and then 1 single crochet into the next 5 stitches until I reach 42 stitches around. To do round 8, I chain 1 and I work 2 single crochets into the first stitch. I will then work 1 single crochet into the next 6 stitches. I will continue this pattern all the way around until I reach the total of 48 stitches. To complete round 9, I chain 1 and work 2 single crochets into the first stitch, and then from here, I work 1 single crochet into the next 7 stitches. I will continue this pattern around until I reach my total of 54 stitches. I begin row 10 by chaining 1, working 2 single crochets into the first stitch, and then working 1 single crochet into the following 8 stitches. I continue this pattern all the way around until I reach 60 stitches. For round 11, I will chain 1 and then work 2 single crochets into the first stitch, and then work 1 single crochet into the following 9 stitches. I will continue this pattern all the way around until I reach a total of 66 stitches. To begin row 12, which is our final row of increases, we chain 1 and work 2 single crochets into the first stitch. From here, I will then work 1 single crochet into the next 10 stitches. I'll continue that pattern all the way around until I reach a total of 72 stitches. Okay, we've worked 12 increasing rounds. I'm now going to work another 12 rounds, only in these rounds I am only going to be working 1 single crochet in each stitch. So I will do that for rounds 13 to 24, making sure that each round ends with 72 stitches. I just finished round 13, which was my first round of no increases, and I wanted to share this little trick that I use. Sometimes it gets hard to remember how many rounds you've done without any increases. So what I usually do is I'll put a stitch marker right at the top of row 12 or round 12. So this way it shows that everything under the stitch marker was an increase and everything on top of the stitch marker was no increases. From here, I'm going to continue with my rounds of no increases. So after you finish working round 13 to round 24 without any increases, we're going to begin round 25 with our decrease. So to start round 25, I will chain 1, and then I will work 1 single crochet into the next 10 stitches. After I do those 10 single crochets, I'm going to do my first decrease, or 1 single crochet 2 together. You can do this in whichever method you prefer. I like to do this by inserting my hook into the front loops of the next 2 stitches, yarning over and pulling through, then yarning over and pulling through again to make this nice invisible decrease, and then I will begin repeating the pattern by working 10 single crochets, then 1 decrease, all the way around, totaling in 66 stitches. After I've slip stitched to join round 25, I'm going to begin round 26 by chaining 1 and inserting my hook into the first stitch to do a single crochet. I will work 1 single crochet into the first 9 stitches, and then I will insert my hook and do a decrease or single crochet 2 together after that. I'll continue this pattern of 9 single crochets and 1 decrease all the way around until I have a total of 60 stitches. I will begin row 27 by chaining 1 and working 1 single crochet into the first 8 stitches and then 1 decrease into the following 2 stitches. I will continue this pattern of 8 single crochets and 1 decrease all the way around until I reach a total of 54 stitches. I will begin row 28 by chaining 1 and working 1 single crochet into the first 7 stitches and then working 1 decrease. I will continue this pattern of 7 single crochets, 1 decrease all the way around until I reach a total of 48 stitches. I will begin round 29 by chaining 1 and working 1 single crochet into the first 6 stitches. After I do those 6 stitches, I will work 1 decrease, and I will continue this pattern around of 6 single crochets and 1 decrease until I reach a total of 42 stitches. For round 30, I will chain 1 and work 1 single crochet into the first 5 stitches. After I work one single crochet into the first 5 stitches, I will work 1 decrease. I will continue this pattern of 5 single crochets, 1 decrease, all the way around until I have a total of 36 stitches. To begin round 31, I chain 1 and work 1 single crochet into the first 4 stitches, then I work 1 decrease. I continue this pattern of 4 single crochets and 1 decrease all the way around until I have a total of 30 stitches. To complete round 32, I chain 1 and work 1 single crochet into the first 3 stitches. Then I will work 1 decrease. I'll continue this pattern of 3 single crochets, 1 decrease all the way around until I have a total of 24 stitches. After completing row 32 by doing 3 single crochets and 1 decrease all the way around, I am going to remove my hook, and I'm going to use a stitch marker just to hold my place. You could use anything, or if you even just pull up a big loop, you can do it that way too. So now that I've got this perfect hand size hole in the middle, I am going to stuff the head of the octopus. All right, we've got our big head for our octopus, and now we can start getting ready to close up this hole. So what I do here is I reinsert my hook to begin round 33. In round 33, I will work 2 single crochets before I do a decrease. I'll continue that all the way around. For round 34, I will chain 1 and work 1 single crochet into the first stitch, then 1 decrease. I'll continue this pattern of 1 single crochet, 1 decrease all the way around. For round 35, we are going to chain 1 and then work a total of 6 decreases all the way around, making sure to decrease in that first stitch. After working up those 6 decreases, you can see that I still have this little bit of a hole there. I'm going to want to close that up. So I'm going to finish off my work and pull my yarn through. I'm going to use this tail as a way of hiding that little hole. So I'm threading my yarn needle here, and I'm going to just kind of use this tail as a way of cinching the project closed. So I'll just stitch this whole thing together and pull. And now you can see I've closed up that hole. From here, I will make sure I just bury that tail on the inside of the project so it won't bother us later when we add on our tentacles. Okay, now that we've got this big old head for our octopus, it is going to be time for us to make the tentacles. To do the tentacles, I start with a slip knot, and I'm going to chain 50 plus 3. After I've chained 53, I'm going to begin working double crochets all the way across. I will work my first double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook, and I will continue working 1 double crochet all the way across. To attach my tentacle to the ball, I attach the yarn needle to one end, or one of the tails. I then take my yarn needle and go through that center hole that we ended on, the end of row 35, and I pull the yarn through to the base of row 33. So I skip over row 34 there, and I'm right through the center. From here, all you have to do is tie a knot. So I'll tie this in. I like to do a double or a triple knot. And then using my yarn needle or my yarn hook, I will pull these tails all the way into the ball so I don't have to worry about them falling out later. Alternatively, you could weave them in. I just don't think it's necessary since we have an inside of the work. Once attached and you've hidden your tails, you will repeat this step a total of 7 more times, so you have all 8 tentacles for your octopus. One thing that I do note is the tighter tension you have while you're crocheting those double crochets, the more of a spiral you will get. Alright, now that I've got all of the tentacles attached at that bottom part there, I'm going to insert my hook using color 2, so whatever color I decide my bow tie is going to be is where I'm going to go. I'm going to insert my hook into row 32. So I've inserted my hook into the side of round 32, and all I'm going to do here is slip stitch my way all the way around the work. This should total us in 24 stitches, but it's not the end of the world if you have a hard time keeping track of where your round is going, I usually try to use that little line created by the single crochet stitching together to keep myself on track. So we're going to just slip stitch all the way around to make a circle. To begin round 1 of my bow tie base, after I go through and slip stitch, I'm now going to insert my hook into the top of one of the slip stitches, and I'm going to pull through. I'll then chain 2. From here, I'm going to work 1 double crochet in each stitch around and slip stitch to join. After I slip stitch to join round 1 together, I am going to chain 1 and work 1 single crochet in each stitch around. At the end of this round, I will slip stitch to join and then weave in my end. Now that I've got my base for my bow tie, it is time for us to make the bow tie. So for here, all I have to do is take my color 2 or my bow tie color and start with a slip knot, and I'm going to chain 15 plus 2. In the third chain from the hook, I am going to work 1 single crochet, and I'm going to continue to work 1 single crochet in each stitch across the row. From here, I'm going to chain 1 and turn, and I'm going to repeat by doing a total of 10 rows of single crochet to create a nice rectangle. Okay, now that we've got this rectangle, it is time to turn it into a bow tie. The way I'm going to do that is by just pinching it together to create the bow tie shape, and then using my third color, or my accent color, I am just going to begin wrapping the yarn around it. So as you can see, I left a pretty decently sized tail back there, and I'm using the working end of the yarn to just wrap around. And you can wrap as many times or as thin or as thick as you'd like your bow tie's center to be as you'd like. I think this just creates such a beautiful effect. And then once you've decided how thick or thin you want your bow tie center to be, you'll just use these 2 ends to tie the bow tie onto your bow tie base. I think it's important to note that I like to put my seam, or where all of my joins were as I worked up the circle, in the back of the octopus, just because I feel like the smooth front gives it a more cute look versus having this big visible scar that the trained eye can see. So I always put that to the back, and I make sure I attach my bow tie wherever I want the front of my octopus to be. It's hard for me to get this whole thing to fit on the table camera, but what I do have here is the bow is attached. I've got this beautiful little bow tie base over here, and all these long and flowy tentacles. So from here, the very last thing that I'm going to do is pick 2 spots to embroider on some eyes. Alternatively, you could do safety eyes. And then I'm going to use a little bit of either if you have powdered blush, you can use that, or if you have any soft pastels, to create this cute little rosy cheeks. Once you get the eyes in a place where you're happy with them, and you've got these little blushed cheeks, you are ready to call your project finished. And he's finished. My favorite part of this is the tentacles. I just think they are so fun. I like that they kind of curl at the edge and they have this beautiful loose fluidity to them. Definitely probably not the safest thing for a little one to be left with alone if you are giving this as a gift, like I did with the first one that I made, which was a green and black and tan one. I gave it to my coworker as a gift for her baby shower, but just because of the long tentacles, I don't think it's something you should leave a little one unsupervised with. But overall, I love this project. I hope you enjoyed creating this pattern, and I look forward to seeing them, so please share. And with that, I will see you guys next time. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day.